Hi, I'm Mr. Rosengrant, and this course selection presentation is for Donegal juniors who will be requesting their courses for their senior year. The three topics in this video that we'll cover are the new graduation requirements, new courses and opportunities that are available to seniors, and we'll review the instructions for submitting your course selection. And as always, if you need any help or have any questions, feel free to reach out to your school counselor through Schoology message. All right, we've been a few changes in the graduation requirements at Donegal. One of the most notable changes is the reduction from 28 total credits to graduate has now been reduced to 24 total credits to graduate. A lot of the other requirements are very similar to the way they were before. However, you'll notice that English and social studies has an asterisk next to it. That's because you're required to take one English and one social studies credit during your senior year. Fitness is another notable change. Previously, you were required to take 2 credits of fitness. Each fitness is a half credit class, so that's 4 fitness classes. That has now been reduced to 1.5 total credits of fitness. That means you need 3 half credit fitness classes to meet minimum graduation requirements. So many of you will have completed that requirement by the end of your junior year. There are some opportunities and courses that are offered specifically for seniors. There's a new course called Personal Fitness Yoga. That's a half credit fitness course. Again, you might not be required to take a fitness your senior year if you've already met the 1.5 minimum graduation requirement for fitness. However, that is a course that's offered to seniors only, and it might be a good elective if it's something that you're interested in. There's also something called Senior Option 1 and Senior Option 2. Senior Option 1 is in the first semester, Senior Option 2 is in the second semester. Senior Option is similar to a study hall in that there's no actual class or assignments and you don't earn any credits for Senior Option. It's basically a space taken up in your schedule. You can take a Senior Option either period 1 or period 4, and you can only do one of those per semester. If you do Senior Option during period 1, you would come into school at the start of period 2 and continue on your day. If you take Senior Option period 4, you would come in the morning, as all the other students do. You would go to periods 1, 2, and 3, and at the end of period 3, you would sign out and you would go home at the end of period 3. You can do Senior Option semester 1 and semester 2 if you'd like, but you can only do one in each semester. There's also something called teaching internship. You can do a teaching internship for either a half credit every other day or a full credit, and you do that with a Donegal teacher. So you would make arrangements with a Donegal teacher to do an internship with that teacher. Then you work with your counselor to see if it fits in your schedule. You do earn credit for that. It is a pass-fail class. There's also regular internship. That is also a pass-fail class that you earn 1 credit for. You can do that either first semester or second semester where it fits in your schedule. The student, you as the student, are required to set up that internship with the business that you're interested in. So a teaching internship, that's for a student that might be interested in becoming a teacher after high school perhaps and studying education, where the regular internship is for any other occupation. So you would make arrangements with somebody that works in that occupation and set up the schedule for the internship with them, and then meet with your school counselor. Study halls are also not worth a credit, but they take up space on your schedule. Study halls are not something you can select in your course request. Study halls are something that will be assigned to you if you don't have enough classes in your schedule and there's a hole in your schedule that can't be filled, or if a student is taking a lot of highly rigorous courses like dual enrollment or AP courses and they need that extra time to focus on their studies. There's also something called part-time work. Part-time work you do not earn credit for, but again, it takes up credit worth of space on your schedule. So for example, in your second semester of your senior year, perhaps you will do part-time work during periods 3 and 4, and then you would come into school for period 1 and 2, and then you would leave school, and that would be your time to go work at a part-time job for the rest of the school day. There is an application that's required, and we do have to verify employment. So if that's something you're interested in, meet with your school counselor. And the last option here is something called early graduation. Again, you don't earn credit for early graduation, and there is an application required for early graduation. So if you're interested in early graduation, you need to start talking to your school counselor now to make sure that you're going to have all the credits that you need to meet the minimum graduation requirements, as we previously discussed, by the time you are set to graduate early. So for example, if you're thinking about graduating in mid-January of your senior year at the end of the first semester, you have to meet with your counselor and make sure that you have the right classes scheduled in the first semester of your senior year to finish those final remaining graduation requirements. The application for early graduation is due prior to the start of the last semester that you're going to be in attendance. So in the example used before, if you're going to do early graduation, planning to graduate at the end of the first semester, you would have to have that application submitted before the start of the first semester. So at the end of the summer, before you come back to school, you would have to already have that application submitted and signed by your parents. The application then goes through an approval process from the high school administrator to the superintendent and then to the school board. So it does take time to go through the proper process. You do have to schedule for an 8-credit schedule, even though some of those things we talked about don't actually earn you credits. You still have to have an 8-credit full schedule. You do have to end your junior year with at least 18 total credits to be promoted to your senior year. If you're a CTC applicant and you plan to go to the CTC your senior year, you're still going to complete your course requests and schedule for a full 8 credits as if you were going to be here at Donegal. The reason why we ask you to do that is because sometimes plans change. You might not get accepted to the CTC, or you might change your mind. And we like to have a record of the classes that you would take if you do decide to come back here to Donegal High School. The educational planning guide is your course selection handbook that you're going to use. We no longer print copies of the educational planning guide, but you can find the electronic copy on the Donegal High School webpage. If you go to the home page, there's a block there that says 21-22 course selection. And that lists all of the courses that we offer here at Donegal. It explains the course description, and most importantly, it tells you if that class has a prerequisite. So it's really important that you check to make sure that the classes that you're requesting to take, that you've met the prerequisite for that class. You complete your course selection sheet. We're offering the course selection sheet during lunch on February 18th. That sheet is not going to be turned in. So in the past years, you turned in your course selection sheet to the counseling office. We're not collecting course selection sheets. They are just there for your use to help make scheduling easier. You do need to complete class registration through PowerSchool. So you go to your Chromebook and you go to PowerSchool and you complete the course registration. That will open up on February 18th, and you'll be able to work on it up until March 5th when it closes. So there's that window of time where you can go in, you can submit your course request, and then you can continue to go back in as many times as you need to make changes to that up until March 5th when it closes. We are going to set aside your study hall on February 25th as a special time dedicated for you to complete your class registration. So we're hoping that you check out the educational planning guide, you fill out the course selection sheet, you have an idea of what you want to take, and that you complete that by February 25th, but that still gives you until March 5th to kind of go back in and make adjustments to it as needed. And be sure that you select alternate courses. So if you don't get the primary requests that you select, it will go down to your alternate courses. If you don't select alternate courses, they will be selected for you, and you know what you like more than we do. So it's a good idea for you to put in those alternate courses. And this is what it looks like when you get into PowerSchool. You'll see the links down here off to the left. There's one that says class registration. You'll click on class registration. That will bring you into this window where you'll see the rows with the different subjects. And on the far right, you'll see a box with a pencil in it. If you click that box, that will open up the list of classes for that subject. You find the class that you want, you click on it, you hit submit, and then you'll see that class come here on the screen in the middle. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see the total credits that you're requesting. That should equal 8. and then you hit submit. When you hit submit, it'll show you the list of all the classes that you requested. And again, you can go back in and go back to class registration again and make any changes that you need to up until that March 5th deadline. Dual enrollment courses are also an option for seniors. We have dual enrollment agreements with E-Town College, LBC, HAC, Millersville, PA College of Health Sciences, and Thaddeus Stevens. HAC, we also include some college in the high school courses, English Comp 101 and Spanish 202, which are courses that are taught here at Donegal by Donegal teachers, but they are college courses. There is a tuition amount that's required for these courses, and you have to meet registration deadlines set by the college. You'll notice here with Thaddeus Stevens, this is an early enrollment program, and that is where current juniors can apply. You need to apply by March 1st. So if this is something that you're interested in, hopefully you've already completed that application. If not, and this is something you're interested in, you need to meet with your counselor right away about this, because we're getting very close to the deadline to meet the Thaddeus Stevens early enrollment program deadline. That's where you would attend your senior year at the Thaddeus Stevens College, and you would complete your whole freshman year of college during your senior year of high school. You are required to provide your own transportation, and any tuition fees apply. If you're taking dual enrollment classes, you still need to complete a full 8-credit Donegal schedule. Once you get registered and we confirm that you're in those classes, you can meet with your school counselor and we can make adjustments to your schedule as needed at that point. There is a dual enrollment approval form that you'll have to complete. That lets us know where you're taking your classes, what days of the week you're taking your classes, and that sort of thing. If you're taking an AP course, that's an advanced placement course, you have to complete an AP agreement form that's signed by your parents. And essentially that form just makes sure that you understand that this is a highly rigorous course. It's not a course for everybody, but we do encourage students to challenge themselves and take on challenging courses. So it is a year-long commitment, and the AP agreement form spells out the instructions should you need to drop a course mid-year, how you go about doing that. You are required to take an AP exam at the end of the AP course. The AP exam has been just under $100 each year. And if you do drop the AP course, there is a College Board change fee of about $40 that they charge. If you get your schedule and you realize that there's some changes that you need to make, you should contact your school counselor as soon as possible. The best way, again, is to contact through Schoology messaging. If you wait until after August 13th to request a schedule change, you will be required to complete a schedule change request form. The link to this form is found in the Educational Planning Guide, which again is at the Donegal High School webpage. If you complete a course request change form, that would have to be approved by a Donegal administrator before it goes to the counselor to consider the change. Reasons that a request change might be approved would be if you haven't met the prerequisite for a course, if you failed a course and it's a required course and now you have to take that during your senior year and change your schedule to add that in, or if you ended up with courses on your schedule that ended up out of order. So for example, if you ended up with Spanish 2 in the first semester, Spanish 1 in the second semester, that is out of order and that doesn't work, so you'd have to get that changed. Or if you have a hole in your schedule and there's just no class in that spot, and that's another reason why you might need a schedule change. So if you want to talk to your counselor about course request or to review your course requests, message your school counselor through Schoology. Also, we will be available in the Commons area during your lunches on February 24th and 25th. And one last final reminder, make sure that you go into PowerSchool and you submit your course requests before March 5th.